Swing trading is a great way to trade, especially when you do not have time to stare at the charts all day. But mastering swing trading strategies do take some serious work. In this Forex video, I will go through 25 tips that will help you master swing trading. Whether you have just started trading or have been trading for some time, these tips will transform your trading if you apply them diligently. Before I move on to tip number 1, we are currently doing a giveaway for our premium Forex signals, which we usually charge $99 a month. Now, if you want to participate in this giveaway, look for an emoji throughout this video. Once you find the emoji, like this video and comment what the emoji is, plus Forex signals in the comment section. We will announce lucky winner in the next video, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to know when the next video is released and whether you have won. Tip number 1. The great trades are obvious. Here's the thing. If you have to stare at the charts to find a trade, then there isn't a trade. The most obvious trades are those that usually work, and those are the kind of trades that you want to focus your attention on. The best trades jump out at you and create a sense of urgency that you must act. Tip number 2. Trends are relative to their time frames. You might see often, the setup that scares you the most is often the one that you need to trade. Certainly, the best way to enter a good trade is to buy low, and that only happens when the price falls. Buying when there is a sharp drop in prices is not the most comfortable thing, but it is surely the most profitable thing you can do. Tip number 5. Buy at support and sell at resistance. When price hits a level, there are only two things that it can do: break the level or bounce off the level. This sounds obvious, but trading doesn't need to be that complex. Tip number 6. Trade the first pullback after a new high or low. Trends will usually consolidate near the last support or resistance and form a pre-breakout structure before breaking out. You want to trade with the crowd who missed the breakout trade. Breakouts often retest the prior support and resistance before resuming its momentum. Such occurrences offer a good chance for you to get into Number 9. Avoid trading into the open of a trading session. When it comes to Forex, there are three major trading sessions: the Asian, the European, and the US trading sessions. Avoid taking positions as the market transitions from one trading session into the next. As a new trading session starts, traders act on the overnight news flow, and price action will often not be reliable. As much as possible, avoid trading into the open of a trading session and give some time for the market to settle down. Tip number 10. price consolidates the majority of the time. Markets don't trend that often, and even when they do trend, it only lasts a short period. Price is going to remain in consolidation for the majority of the time. So be prepared for months of choppiness and periods where your strategy might not perform well as price stays stagnant. Tip number 11, look for confluence. When swing trading, always look for confluence. Confluence occurs when several indicators or tools point to the same price level or trade signal. For example, a moving average that coincides with a descending trend line is a great confluence of a strong resistance level. Strategy must be combined with good execution and proper risk management. Learn what a good setup looks like and focus on executing that setup with the appropriate precision size. Tip number 13, always focus on managing your risk. Professional traders always focus on managing their downside instead of obsessing over how much they will make. It is often said that if you focus on taking care of the downside, the upside will take care of itself. Stop thinking about gains, but instead focus on controlling your risk. Tip number 14. Big losses always come from mismanaging risk. If you size your positions properly and apply proper risk management, no single trade should result in a big loss. When you suffer a big loss, it always has to do with see a double bottom over here? Well, in this example, watch how institutional traders were triggering stop losses while accumulating their positions here. Tip number 18. Changes in market condition usually takes some time. Trends rarely just stop and do a 360-degree reversal. Reversals build slowly as traders are all conditioned to trade with the trend. It usually takes a period of distribution before the market starts to reverse. Tip number 19. Always have a stop loss when trading. There's no certainty in trading, and any trade has the potential to be a loser, no matter how perfect the setup looks. Always remember that we are dealing with probabilities, and so it is important that you have a stop loss in place to protect your account. Tip number 20. decision in any way. When dealing with your losses, stay composed and if necessary, take some time off the market. Revenge trading is simply gambling, and that's not the right way to approach the markets. Tip number 23. Understand that each trading strategy has its pros and cons. Recognize that there is no holy grail, no secret trading formula that can win all the time. What you need is a strategy that places the odds in your favor. Combined with good risk management and flawless execution, that's how professional traders make money. Tip number 24. Focus on mastering yourself. Learning to read charts and price action is relatively easy. You could pick that up within a month or so. But most traders fail not due to a lack of knowledge. They fail due to a lack of discipline. The lack of discipline to apply proper risk management. The lack of discipline to stick to their trading strategy, and so on and so forth. Discipline is one of the hardest things to master and is also the most important element in trading. You want to focus more on mastering your emotions and discipline. And lastly, we have tip number 25, which is to not trade for excitement. Successful trading is actually boring. You patiently wait for each setup description below.